see the link
Yeah.
in the group,
Okay.
and you can
Okay.
just share.
I got it. I got it. I actually shared it already. So
So I
yeah, man.
already shared it or make this live, and you can
Okay.
also
Are we
see.
live? Let's check. Are we
Yeah,
live?
yeah, we are live. So
All
actually,
right.
give me 1 minute. I'm going to share this the other link. So
All right.
actually, I waited for the live link so that I can share this to my private group.
Yeah.
Okay, share.
I'm also sharing it out on my Facebook groups as well. Join me and Kurt.
Okay, so it's
All right.
okay.
All
I
right,
got it.
guys. For those that's tuning in, don't mind Kirk and I. We're just like sharing the video right now. You guys can kind of say hi if you're watching this on YouTube. We're just kind of just getting the word out as well. In fact, I can even email my list, but I think I won't do that because I'm supposed to send them a broadcasted email on Tuesday, so I don't want to spam my list too much. But yeah.
Wow. Hold on. Um, I have one group left, so
Okay.
share,
Okay. Yeah,
share,
let's do
share.
that. Yeah. All right, man. Those that are just joining us on the live stream, I can see that there's one person or two person actually on YouTube. You can say hi. Today we're just gonna be. Today is actually the first time I'm meeting Kirk as well, and we're basically gonna be talking a little bit about SEO and also a little bit about how I get clients and how I went from what was it, $7,000 to $8,000 in terms of like Singapore dollars to probably about 30,000 Singapore dollars right now per month. That is actually roughly about give or take 23 to 24,000 US dollars. So yeah, I will be revealing all the secrets. Make sure you stay until the end. I'm 100% transparent. Like I have nothing to hide. So yeah, just make sure you stay until the end. I assure you, this thing will be 100% like useful for you if you are trying to start an SEO agency, if you're trying to do freelance SEO, if you are trying to like just make ends meet. So yeah.
Wow. Okay. So what a great introduction. Basically, I'm the one to introduce you. Okay. So let's start.
All right.
Okay. So welcome back to another episode of Kirk Roldan SEO Show. This is the show for e-commerce, SEO, and digital marketing. Kirk Roldan SEO Show was launched to deliver high-quality insights, best advice, and tips for the top SEO expert to the community. And in today's episode, we have Jim Ng. So Jim is the founder of Best SEO Singapore, and actually he's generating 7 to 8 thousand US dollar per month. And also he tripled the sales since the COVID pandemic happened. So Jim, I know a lot of people ask you already, but I'm curious. Can you tell us a brief about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, Kirk. Like the thing about me is like I started my career in doing like direct sales. I
Right.
was like an insurance agent. I was like doing door-to-door sales, cold calls, right? And that was literally me 2.5 years ago. And then like I was like just knocking on doors. I was like doing road shows. I don't know what you guys call it in the Philippines, but we call it like road shows, meaning like you go to like the train station and then you like approach a stranger and then you try to get like clients, right? You try to like sell them insurance, and that
Right.
sucked, right? Then I was like doing cold calls. I was like, hey man, like do you want to buy insurance or whatever shit, like and that really sucked, right? Because I couldn't get clients, and then like even if I could get clients, it was not scalable. And then I was like, look, this thing is not for me. Right. So I just decided to leave and then I went to do like digital marketing. And then I stumbled upon like SEO and I was like, hey, this SEO thing is pretty cool. So why not like, try to learn this thing and try to get, paid for it. And then eventually I went to watch like a couple of YouTube videos, bought a couple of courses, went to start my own website, try to rank it. And yeah, that brought me to where I am today. So yeah.
Great introduction. So actually, I watched your video, and
Yep.
from soldier to SEO expert. So can you share your journey and why doing SEO now?
Yeah, definitely. Like when I was, looking for a scalable way to get clients, I realized that, it's either like Facebook ads or, Google ads or SEO. And then I realized that, look, SEO is like just a free way to get organic traffic coming into the website without having to pay for it. So I thought, yeah, this is a pretty cool way to get clients, pretty cool way to market any business.
All
So
right.
that's when I really started like going deep into it, trying to learn it, and ultimately just started getting clients, started to get paid for this thing. And I think if anything, like the COVID-19 pandemic helped me to get more clients, because like more people are hopping online, right? More
Right.
people are like stuck at home. More people are like, not able to go out and, lockdown and shit. So yeah, that's basically it, man.
Wow. Okay. Wow. So tell me, Jim, how quantum growth changes your life and your business? Because
Yeah, look.
you said that earlier that you brought the training and you really like that, diba? Right?
Yeah. So basically, like, okay, for those of you that are just tuning in, like, there's this guy. Okay, he owns Australia's top digital marketing agency. He grew it from like $0, right? Like he started his business cold calling from his bedroom, which actually sounds like me. That's what I did at the start. And then like he grew it from $0 to
Wow.
$10 million in
Imagine
four
that.
years. In four
Wow.
years, like 4 fucking years, right? Like seriously, that is insane, right?
Yeah.
So this guy, I think, like, I thought like, okay, this guy must be the real deal, right? If he can grow from like $0 to like $4 million, excuse me, $10 million in 4 fucking years, this guy is the real deal. So I just went ahead to buy the course. It costs quite a substantial amount of money. I'm not going to review how much it is. You can go and find out for yourself. And that thing is literally extremely powerful, because like, although it doesn't teach you SEO, it teaches you like mindset, it teaches you like how to optimize and structure your life for success, and it also teaches you like, Facebook ads and Google ads and funnels and sales and copywriting, and basically how to identify what your competitors do and whatnot. So that, to me, was like seriously information that is invaluable. It's just invaluable. So I basically got my money back like within 2 weeks in terms of after I bought the course, because I just started to close more sales. I just started to do more, and then yeah, that was awesome. Quantum growth, I think, is a life changer for me. I would highly recommend it to anyone that wants to experience quantum growth.
Right. Actually, I also have Sell Like Crazy book by Sabri Subri. So
Yep.
blowing away, man. How about
Yeah.
the course? So yeah, you can also you can also brought that one, guys, if you are
You bought
interested.
the course, Kirk? You bought
I
the
don't
course, yeah?
no, not
Oh,
yet,
okay.
not yet.
Okay. All
So
right. I think
maybe
I think you might buy this, buy it after, after the show today, after the interview today. You might actually buy it, because seriously, that thing is fucking insane. Like, that thing is good, bro. That thing is good. Yeah. So I would highly recommend that. Yeah.
all right. So you closed 3,000 package in your 10 minutes video. Wow. So how did you do that, by the way?
Yeah. By the way, that thing didn't went through, because what happened was, I mean, I actually have other videos that I will upload in the future that literally shows that I closed. But in that video, what happened was that he came in as a warm lead. He was trying to do affiliate marketing, and
All
then
right.
he just wanted like somebody to rank his website, and then with the website rank, he can get like passive income. But I think the problem with him is that he kind of didn't set the expectations correctly in terms of what we can do for him, and how much we was willing to charge. Usually, the way I handle a sales situation is, most of my leads that come in are pretty much warm, because they have already filled up like 13 questions, in terms of like qualifying themselves on whether they're going to be a good fit, in terms of the budget that they have, and then like my role is just to call them. So there's two things that I will do during this process. The first thing is I will hop on the first call just to understand their situation a little bit better. And
Okay.
only after understanding their situation a little bit better, then we do the second call. The second call is when I actually call them and say, look, this is the strategy that I propose, and it's customized according to your needs. right?
All right.
So with this second call is where I actually do the close, like the one that you saw on in the video, the 10 minutes video, which by the way that video sucked. I'll create another better one and make sure that everyone is like, holy fuck, this guy is insane, this guy is on fire. But yeah, that's the whole idea, man. Like you just want to spread the two calls. The first call is just to understand the needs and then set up the call for the second call. And in the second call, you want to like start delivering value and show them the exact strategy that you would use if you were in their shoes.
Okay.
And then like just be 100% transparent on what you're gonna do. Like tell them like, the links that you're gonna build, what we're gonna do for the content, how we're gonna adjust the title text, the meta description, everything, and then the URL structures and everything. Then that's it. Like chances are like if they see the value, they will close. Yeah,
Okay.
and I mean it will be a closed deal. Yeah, but most of the times I don't generally just outright sell SEO because like I believe that if you can't make paid traffic profitable, it's very hard to make organic traffic profitable. So I always like go with the paid traffic source first, which is like, okay, we either want to do like Google ads or Facebook ads, right? And then after we've exhausted these two channels, then we'll start going on to like SEO because it means that somebody out there in the marketplace is willing to accept your offer. Right?
Yes.
If people out there in the marketplace willing to accept your offer, it means that if I were to run SEO and drive organic traffic to the web pages, it would mean that they would also buy. So that's
Right.
my strategy. That's my philosophy right now.
All right. Good. Okay, so I
Yeah,
want to ask you this because in COVID pandemic times, a lot of digital marketing agencies shut down, right? So from generating 7 to 8 thousand US dollar a month, so how you triple the sales since COVID?
yeah, bro. Like basically, what happened, right, was that once COVID struck and more businesses started to close and more businesses started to hop online because they closed their
Right.
retail outlets, it naturally just led to a natural increase in enquiries. It just led to a natural increase in
Oh,
inquiries. And then after
okay.
we led to a natural increase in inquiries, we started to get more clients. And what we do is we take that money, we take the
Okay.
profit that we had, and we just ran Facebook ads. We just ran Google ads. And that thing just brought even more leads. So at this point, like if I were to open up my calendar and you would be like, holy fuck, this guy has like a whole shitload of leads coming in, like because they have all booked in the time, right, to speak with me on the
Right.
phone. And it's just like too many leads. I cannot physically handle the leads. It's either like it's either I need to hire a new salesperson to help me handle them, or I need to like do a webinar kind of thing to like to qualify your leads more so that I can close more. But I think that I'll most likely like just get another team member on board to do the closing and so that we can kind of get the whole process in place and kind of close more leads, and scale the company like even further. Because right now the company is 100% remote. In fact, like I'm not sure. I think you probably saw like in some of my videos, like I have this vision board, right?
Yeah, yeah, I
Like
saw it.
we like rightfully we're supposed to like move into a physical office by the end of like 2021. But I think like I might actually do it by the end of the year, depending on like how fast we are growing as a team, and how many like people we're hiring. Because like right now I'm a hiring spree. I just need to hire more people so that we can
Okay.
scale the whole operations even faster. So yeah.
All right. So guys, if you have questions, drop it below as I'm reading everything here. So Jim, can you share us your process of getting clients? By the way, if
Yeah,
it's possible.
Yeah, so typically like most of my leads right now they come in through SEO. So I rank for like things like freelance web design Singapore, and then I rank for things like SEO services. I rank for things like SEO Singapore, right? I rank for things like SEO agency Singapore, SEO agency, SEO expert Singapore, SEO consultant Singapore. Yeah, like so I rank for like a whole bunch of like terms like Facebook advertising Singapore and Facebook advertising costs Singapore. The list goes on and on and on. So all these things are bringing in like organic traffic to the website, and ultimately, people that search for all these terms actually want to do online marketing, actually want to do digital marketing, and
All
as
right.
a result, we have a lot of organic leads. And what we do is we also run Facebook ads to get clients in the door as well. So
Good.
previously, I was spending about like $200 per day on Facebook ads. So that amounts to about 6,000. And then on Google Ads, I'm spending also about $200 per day. That total amounts to about $12,000 per month. But we have kind of like reduced that right now because it's too many leads. We cannot support amount of leads coming in. So yeah, so I kind of reduced that. I have to hire more people to kind of train them up and deliver the work to make sure that our clients are very satisfied, very happy, and we're getting them like really solid results. So that is what's going on right now.
All
Okay,
right.
sorry, you mentioned how do we get clients, right? Yeah, so typically, just 1 second. Typically, once the lead comes in, we have a qualification process. So
All right.
we usually have like this thing called a strategy session. If you go onto the website right now, like you go onto bestseo.sg, you will see like there's at the top right hand corner there's a get started button, and then across the whole website there's this thing called claim your free 30-minute strategy session. That thing is basically once they opt in for that thing, they have to answer a series of 13 questions. 13 questions, right? They have to answer things like, what are they using right now to get clients? What is the current monthly revenue? On a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are they in becoming a client? And there's a whole bunch of other questions. So, so by the time they go through 13 questions, right, they are pretty much fucking qualified, right? Because nobody in the right frame of mind would answer 13 questions and then not,
All right.
want to become a client, or at least not showing interest in becoming a client. So that is how I kind of qualify the client, because most of the time I get all these phone calls that come in. Like earlier in the morning, right, I literally had a guy calling me on the phone like, I heard that you do web design. Then I'm like, dude, it's fucking Sunday, bro. Like, can you like just click on the get started button on the website and then like arrange a time to speak with us, right? Because that way I can qualify to see how serious is this guy, right? If he's just like asking me, yeah, how much do you charge? Like, what's your price, right? Usually those clients, right, are the clients that you just want to turn away, because the price sensitive clients and the clients that just want to dig out the pricing from you are not going to make a good client, right?
Yeah. Correct.
So usually I just tell them like, look, if you're looking for the cheapest price, we're just not going to be a great fit. So I suggest you go and find my competitor next door.
Right.
Yeah, cause the thing is, yeah, if they really just want the cheapest price, they should just go on Fiverr. They should just go on Upwork, right? Not me. I'm not the Fiverr guy. I'm not the Upwork guy. So yeah.
All right. Right. Wow. Great. So, any tips on how you build a successful SEO agency?
Well, I think like first of all, like it generally has to start from yourself in terms of like the
Okay.
founder and the person that started the SEO agency. You really need to have a correct mindset and understand why you are doing this. For me, it came from a point where I was suffering from a lack of leads. I was suffering from an inability to close leads because I was an insurance agent trying to sell people, cold, basically trying to sell cold traffic, right? Literally people that are walking on the streets, and I'm like, hey, do you want to buy, insurance? Like, hey, here's a voucher, right? I just like literally show a voucher in front of them, like just try to pull them in to come in, right? Like I thought that thing was a lead magnet, but it's not a fucking lead magnet. That thing is a turn off, bro. Like that is not a lead magnet. That is, a wrong way to attract clients, right? So I came from a point where I was like, holy shit, this sucks. Like I can't get clients, right? This is a really bad experience for me. So I was like, look, I don't want any business owner and I don't want any entrepreneur or any business to have to go through what I have to go through, which is I was like spending hours out there. Like I was spending at least like 12 hours out there. I was like reporting to work at like 9 a.m. I ended at like 9 p.m. I couldn't even close anyone, right? I couldn't even get any leads, right? So the whole point is like this thing does not work. So I was like, whoever the fuck, right? My agency manager or my ad manager, my sales manager back then that told me that, oh, this is the way to go, is definitely like has not been on the front lines in the trenches doing it, right? Maybe that thing worked back in like 20 years ago or 25 years ago or whatever the case is, but definitely not today. So in today's context, right, like skepticism is at an all-time high. Like everyone, right, is like, holy shit, is the guru on the internet again, or they're like, holy shit, is the insurance agent again, right? Or holy shit, this guy is trying to sell me real estate, right? Everyone is skeptical. So the only way that you can differentiate yourself is you need to have enough authority, and you need to build up a certain amount of following, build up a certain amount of authority, get on like radio shows, get on like TV series, TV shows or whatever, and then I think that's the only way you can reduce skepticism. And to me, like it always comes from the point of like your mindset. Like, why do you decide to start the SEO agency in the first place, right? If it's just for your self-interest, just to make money, then it's definitely not a very good approach, right? Because the thing is, like, you need to think about, okay, how can I add value to the marketplace first before asking for anything in return, right? Because the moment you can do that, then that's where the money will naturally start coming in. I guarantee you, like, once you start adding value to other people first before thinking of your self-interest, you will get more. I
Yeah,
guarantee you
correct.
that. That is 100% correct. Yeah, it's 100%. It applies in all scenarios, not just in online marketing. It applies in life. Yeah, it
Yeah.
applies everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So to summarize what Jim said, guys, you need to be focus first on your core market, then be transparent. You also need to set up method and an approach, right? And after that, you can create or build a profile and share your expertise to anyone.
Well, I think
So
like yeah, I
yeah,
think like if you anyone is trying to start an SEO agency, they need to first of all like get some good like case studies and some results for like their clients. Like you just want to go out there and not do it for free, but at least like do it at a discounted rate, right? Like
yeah,
let's say instead of trying to charge them like $1,000 per month, you want to charge them like maybe $200 per month, right? And then when you charge them $200 per month, you bring them results. You show them like holy shit, yeah, this guy like brought me like first page rankings, and like there's a whole bunch of sales coming in, whole bunch of revenue coming in from organic traffic. And then what you do next is you get a video testimonial from them, right? You
okay.
you get like a professional photographer, professional videographer to shoot the video, like the ones that you see on my channel, and then you just basically use that testimonial, use that video testimonial, and get more clients, and just snowball the whole thing and get so many clients that you just need to hire, and then that's it, man. That's the secret sauce, I think.
All right. So yeah, so I'm very curious. What is your SEO prospecting strategy, Jim?
Yeah. So wait, sorry, what do you mean by SEO prospecting strategy?
What I mean is during the time that you have prospects, so how you prospect them or how you find your
uh
prospect.
Okay, okay. So when I started the SEO agency, like what I was doing, it was I was cold calling. I was cold calling businesses from in my bedroom, with my handphone. And then what I did was I was like on Google. I was searching for like businesses that were on like page 2, page 3, page 4 of Google, and
All
I
right.
just started calling them. I was like, look, do you know that you I just want to show you like how you can get on the first page of Google for absolutely no cost, right? Again, I just
Right.
want 5 minutes from your time. Like, do you think you could spare me 5 minutes? And then usually they'll be like, fuck off, right? And then there'll be guys, they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, man. If it's just 5 minutes, like I don't mind, right? Because it's only 5 minutes. And then I'll just tell them, look, this is what you need to do. You want to change the title tag. You want to like add an SSL certificate, yada yada yada. And then in some cases, I just send them like a video recording of like my screen, and then like they'll be like, oh yeah, like this thing is useful, right? Like when can I get like you to come to my office to show me how I can do that? And that's it, man. Like that's how I got clients at the start. And then there come a point where I had enough money rolling in to kind of reinvest the money on like Facebook ads to like start uh
Mm, okay.
snowballing the whole thing to like make it to make the money work harder for me rather than having to manually prospect. Because the thing about prospecting is like there comes a point in time where it's not scalable, and it really requires so much manual labor for you to keep like prospecting manually. So yeah, that is my tip. But in terms of today's context, I think there isn't really a need for you to do that anymore, to like start cold calling and stuff. I did it because like that was what I thought needs to be done. But I think today you can start like doing the email outreach. You
Okay.
can kind of like send an email to all these businesses that are on like the second page of Google and whatnot, and then start telling them like, hey, look, I made a video for you, right? Like the one that Darren also does, right? Like I made a video for you showing you like how you can rank your website to the first page. Would you want to see it? If you are, just let me know. I'll send you the video, right? And then that's how you start building the relationship with the person, right? Because once they see value, once they see how much value you can add to them, then they'll start like having a conversation with you. All right, we got
Correct.
a question from Martian Martin. He says, just out of context, since I'm a senior high school student, and I cannot see my future in school, I venture and learn skills since I can see my future on that. Okay, that's fair enough. With online school going on, I can barely find time to work on skill. How can I improve that? Okay, there's another one which is in Tagalog. I tend to reach out to successful people since they have much more wisdom and experience. Uh, okay, bro. So your question is like you have online school right now, and you can barely find time to work on skill. Um, let me answer that. So first of all, right, okay, when you say that you don't have time, right? Let me just tell you that it's a lie. It is a lie, because everyone in their lives, right? They all have 24 hours, right? And it's
Right.
all about how you make time. It's about how you make time, bro. It's impossible for you to manage time, but it's possible for you to manage yourself. How do you manage yourself? How do you spend your time? Are you like watching Netflix, right? Are you like, spending too much time like doing the dishes? I don't know, bro. Like, are you spending more too much time at the gym? Are you spending too much time, you know, taking transport? Whatever the case is, are you spending too much time eating, right? How can you gotta ask yourself the question, like Martian Martin, how can you reduce the amount of activity that doesn't really add much value to your future, right?
Right.
And start using it on useful activities, like let's say learning, whatever online skills or programming or whatever it is that you want to learn, SEO or digital marketing, whatever. So that is a question that you need to start asking yourself, because it's only when you start identifying and start being ruthlessly accountable for your own actions that you will start taking charge. Because right now it sounds like you are blaming, the environment, which you cannot do that. You can't do that. You can't start blaming, oh, the school, it's the government, it's my time. You have to start being 100% responsible for what it is that you want to do in life. That's my advice, bro.
All right. So I see some question here. So let me read it. Yeah, it's in my other group. So as someone who is a beginner in SEO, do you recommend them to start getting clients or learn SEO first?
Uh, okay, this is a good question, but I would definitely say that definitely learn digital marketing first. Definitely learn marketing first. Uh, Rather than learning how to do SEO, I think it's important that you learn how to do marketing first. When I say marketing, right, I'm talking about things like creating an offer, creating guarantees, and understanding how human psychology works. I think that's infinitely more important than knowing how to do SEO, because the thing about SEO is like, you can do SEO until the cows come home, like you get first page rankings and everything, but nothing converts because
Yeah,
the offer sucks. So
right.
start thinking from a angle of like, how can I learn more about marketing and learn more about human psychology and really become a master of like people, right? When you can understand people and when you can understand human psychology, that is infinitely more powerful, that is infinitely more valuable, and that is what businesses and entrepreneurs need help with. They need help with crafting a better offer. They need someone to tell them straight in the face that, look, your offer sucks. That's why you're not getting clients. That's why your business is not growing, because your offer is shit. Yeah. So that to me is like more important than like trying to learn SEO. I definitely wouldn't get a client if like you're not good at it. Don't sell the client an empty dream, because it damages your brand, it damages your reputation. So I would strongly recommend you to learn first. Build your case studies. Probably like do it at a super duper low cost, if anything. And really just make sure that you know your shit first, right? The thing is
Right.
like you need to start knowing your shit first, because if you don't know your stuff, right, don't ever sell anything. It's just gonna become very unethical, and it's just gonna be a bit shady and a bit unethical to do that.
Right. So yeah, another question here. How would a fresh SEO agency find the first client?
Well, in today's context, I think that like the strategies that I outlined earlier is definitely gonna be using email software like Woodpecker or whatever to go and like send the cold email outreach, right? Things like, hey, I noticed that uh like, hey, I made a 5-minute videos for you on showing you how to get your website to the first page of Google so that you can get more revenue, so that you can get more leads and more sales and more revenue. That would be the approach that I would take, by using like cold emails to email it out to like all these businesses. And then after you send like a whole bunch of hundreds of emails or something, then you want to like start calling them and say, hey, I sent an email out. Do you see the email? Oh no, I didn't see the email. You got left in the spam folder. Sure. I just want to show you. I just want to see whether I could get 5 minutes of your time to show you on how you can get more leads, more sales, and more revenue without spending more money. Does that interest you? Oh yeah, that interests me. Then that's where you start like the conversation, and that's when you can start selling them stuff.
All right, all right. Great to know that. So how you deliver SEO services? Are you doing it weekly or monthly, or are you also showing graphs compared the month you started versus 3 months?
Yeah, so we're definitely like benchmarking the keyword rankings on like once we start the SEO campaign, meaning to say that these are where the keywords rank at, and with all these rankings that we have, we want to be able to get them up, right? So on a
Right.
month-to-month basis or on a weekly basis, we start to send the client the reports on like, okay, where are the keyword rankings right now, and you can see that it's gradually going up. And at the same time, we can show them the Google Analytics graph and show them the Google Search Console graph, like, hey, the traffic is naturally going up. And also at the same time, we kind of like do the articles or the backlinks for them on a monthly basis. So we just build backlinks on a monthly basis, and then at the start of the campaign, we just get like the on page done, like the on page SEO done, like the content written, rewritten, create new pages if required, optimize the title text. That is all done at the onset.
All right. All right. So another question here. When is the best time to scale your SEO agency?
Anytime. Yeah, seriously, anytime. Like when you're ready to scale, just do it, man. Like just start
Right.
hiring more people, just start getting more clients. Just do it.
All right. So since we discussed about SEO agency, do you have any tips about managing clients' expectations?
That's a tough one.
What's the
So I
tough
think
one?
like what you want to do is you definitely want to like over promise the client at the start, and then you want to over deliver the client.
Right.
Uh, so what you want to do is at the start, right? When you like tell the client, like in terms of the contracts and everything, you want to tell them like, hey, I am implementing whatever I have done, that has proven to work on other clients, and I can only guarantee you that I will implement the exact strategy that I use on other clients, like on your website, on your digital marketing strategy. But I cannot guarantee you leads. I cannot guarantee you sales, because at the end of
Right.
the day, it's about like your business, whether it's attractive enough in terms of the offer and the guarantees of your business, and that's something that I can't guarantee. So I think you need to set the expectations very clear with the client on the onset that even though you're the one driving the traffic to their website, it means that they still need to take ownership of their own business. They still need to be able to speak to the clients, close the clients, and if it's for e-commerce, then obviously they don't have to, but they need to take ownership of that as well, like in terms
Yeah.
of running the business.
Yeah. So set clear deliverables, establish regular communication, and
Yeah.
do you also always sign a contract?
Oh yeah. I mean, at the start of the business, we did like month to month. But
Huh?
right now we minimally try to tie them down to a 3 months contract. Otherwise, it's just not worth the effort.
Okay, 3 months contract. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So any tips for closing deals, Jim?
Ooh. Uh. Well, this one, it really boils down to the objection handling, and it really boils down to the value that you build up in the presentation. So I have a couple of like videos on my YouTube channel that talks about like sales and objection handlings, and things like people say, I want to think about it, let me speak to my business partner. Those are the most common objections. And they also oftentimes come up with things like excuses, right? They just say things like, oh, we don't have the money, it's too expensive,
Right.
right? So really you need to be able to handle all these objections, which on my YouTube channel I actually come up with a few videos on how you can handle those objections and how you can start cold calling your way to like getting clients actually. So you can check that out if you want.
right, guys. So you can check that out. Jim, how do you basically sell SEO?
Well, okay, so the first thing first is like I would just show them like, look, this is where you're currently sitting in terms of your organic traffic. And yeah, and then I'll just show them the search volume. I'll be like, hey, this is how many people are searching for what it is that you offer. And for all these keywords, you're on the second page of Google or you're on the third page of Google. If
All
we want
right.
to bring you to the first page of Google, do you think more people will come to your website? And then they'll be like, I think so, yeah. Then I'll be like, okay, so if you think more people come to your website, do you think when more people come to your website, more people will buy? I don't know, maybe. Then after that, you just start going from there, right? You just be like, okay, so ultimately, our objective is to get you from second page or third page of Google to the first page of Google. So then ultimately it will grow your business. Is that correct or is that wrong? Oh yeah, yeah, makes sense. Okay. So after that, then you just take the conversation from there, right? Like, okay, look, this is the exact strategy that we use to get our client's website from like the third page to the first page of Google. It's step by step, and then you just show them the steps and then be like, okay, look, uh like other than the money, is there any reason why you want to get this done?
Yes, of course.
Then they'll be like, oh, I want to speak to my business partner, or I want to think about it. Then you just ask them, right? Ask them this question. Most people do need to think about it. Specifically, which part do you want to think about? Then the real objection comes out, right? So at the end of the day, it's about like being able to be relatable to people and start justifying the value on what is it that you do and how much you charge and why it makes sense for them to pay you that amount. So that's how I sell, like not just SEO, like how I sell Facebook ads or Google ads or whatever it is. About humans, okay, Martin just asked about human psychology. How or where did you learn about it? Do you read books or went to school? Well, first of all, let me just tell this, Martin. School didn't teach me shit. Okay, like I went to school for like more than like 15 years of my life, and it did not teach me a single thing about human psychology. It did not teach me a single thing about marketing. It did not teach me a single thing about SEO. Everything that I learned about SEO, everything that I learned about digital marketing was what I went to learn on YouTube in the past 2 years. 2 years. Okay, like I went to school for like 15 years, nothing was done. Okay, nothing. And then like when I went to YouTube for like the past 2 years, which is the best form of school, I learned everything. Like I got to where I am today in terms of like everything, like sales, marketing, human psychology, objection handling, direct response copywriting, Facebook ads, Google ads, whatever, everything, right? Okay. Uh, did you read books or went to school? I definitely went to school. I definitely read a lot of books, but those books were useless. They were teaching me things like geography, chemistry, physics, right? Shit that cannot be applied to the real actual business world. So, so that's why I actually dropped out of university in my second year because I found that it wasn't really adding much value to my life.
All right. Okay, so guys, more questions. I see one question here in my private group. So, what is your pricing looks like?
You can go and check out my website, bestseo.sg/pricing. The pricing list is there. I'm not going to mention it on this call because it's too comprehensive and there's too many prices.
All right. So, yeah, actually, I also check your packages and pricing. So, in your frequent asked question, you said you didn't believe in charging your clients. So, if there is no true value being delivered, so how does it look like? What is your guarantee looks like, by the way?
So basically, right now, okay, so in the Singapore space, right, there's a lot of agencies here that guarantee like 10% of keywords on page one of Google after 3 months, 30% of keywords on page one of Google after 6 months, and 60% of keywords on page one of Google after 12 months. And to me, that's a little bit sketchy because the way they do that is they come up with like 20 long tail keywords or like 40 long tail keywords, like, you know, like 5 or 6 letters long. Then I'm like, okay, that's not very nice because nobody is searching for those kind of trash. So what I did was I just came up with a different guarantee. I said like, look, if your traffic and your keyword rankings do not go up, we will not charge you. Yeah, so that's the guarantee.
All right.
And I think that's fair because like it's not tied to like how many sales they make or anything. Because like the problem is like trying to guarantee sales is that it all ties down to their product, not us, not the person driving the traffic. It's the person that is the business that comes out with the offer and comes out with the guarantee and all that stuff.
Yeah. So I have an topic question, Jim.
Yeah.
What's your best SEO accomplishment? Maybe it's about the fastest keyword you rank or the hardest keyword you rank.
Ooh. I think the hardest keyword that I rank mostly should be like SEO Singapore because that thing is like pretty competitive, I guess. But I'm not like a huge proud of that or anything. But the one that I'm proud of is like my client. We managed to rank like this keyword called bread delivery Singapore and order bread online. And that thing like brought in about close to I think about $70,000 worth of sales in the past like 4 to 5 months. So actually 5 months I think. Yeah, so that itself would be one thing that I'm pretty happy about.
All right. So what is your biggest problem you encountered with handling clients, and how do you resolve it?
Yeah, usually they kind of have a. I think the biggest problem is like if you're unable to generate leads for them, they just get pissed. Like that is the biggest problem because the only reason why they engage your services is to get leads or get sales, right? And if you're
Right.
unable to do any of those things, they'll just get pissed. I think that is the biggest problem. But obviously, if you can communicate with them on a day-to-day basis and not day-to-day, but maybe on a weekly basis, and tell them that okay, this is what we have been trying to tweak. This is what we've been doing to rectify the problem, and they see that you are sincere. I think they will still keep you around. But obviously, for clients that we are unable to add any value to, we will just flat out tell them like, look, this thing is not working out. Because we've tried everything, and then but so far that has not happened. We've tried everything, and then it's just not working out. So I think it's a good fit for us to not work together. I think it's better that you find somebody else that can help you with your problem. So I think you need to be very upfront. You don't want to like keep a client that is not getting value from you, because
Correct.
they will only create bad word of mouth for your business, and that will only create a negative experience for the client. For now, we don't really have any clients that have like a really bad experience and then like left us in terms of like badly or anything, because like we did kind of generate leads for all of our clients, and so far they are really happy about that.
All right. All right. So a lot of my SU students use cold emailing, and is cold emailing a good way to get new clients for marketing business?
Well, I think definitely good because like most of the people on the planet actually use email. So
Right.
more than like 3 billion people or 4 billion people use email on the planet. So I think cold emailing is definitely a good way because you can scrape the data, right? You can like hire someone on Upwork to like scrape the data, and then you can start cold emailing them using software like Pitchbox or Woodpecker or whatever it is. I don't use those things because I didn't know about these things before I started the SEO agency. But definitely start using those tools, start automating the process, and start following up with them, as much as you can. So I would say definitely use cold email. But if you have money to start off with, you don't naturally have to use email. You can use like Facebook ads or Google ads or SEO or whatever it is, if you want to do it that way.
All right.
Yeah.
So okay. So checking another question here. So from Mark. So how do we get clients for my freelance business through cold emailing?
Okay, we need to find out what exactly freelance business are you talking about. But anyways, yeah, start scraping data from like you can actually hire someone on Upwork to scrape the data for you if you have a couple of like if you have some money. But if you have no money, you want to build like a spreadsheet of like potential leads that could be your business, that could be your client, by googling them and start finding out like the contact point, like their email or their contact number and everything, and put them on a spreadsheet. And then
All
after
right.
that, you can start emailing them or you can start calling them. It's up to you. But I prefer emailing first and then start calling them because there is a agenda that you can attach to the call, right? Like has Kirk, hey Kirk, Jim here. Have you seen my email yet? That kind of thing. And when you start doing the call, right, you want to sound like you're super like on the ball. You're like not like "Hi, Kirk. This is Jim here." Like you want to like have all the upward inflections. You want to be like very stern. You want to be like super solid with all the downward inflections, right? So that you sound professional, right? Hey, Kirk,
Right.
Jim here for 2 minutes. That kind of shit. Yeah. You don't want to go like, "Hey, Kirk, it's Jim calling from Best SEO. Like, how's your day so far?" Right? Like that thing, don't do that, right? Because that will screw up your calls. But yeah.
All right. So yeah, one last question, Jim. What is your advice for people who are struggling with getting clients either in SEO or any type of marketing?
Well, um, like I said, man, it really boils down to you need to be able to develop a good service first, and then once you start,
Service.
yeah, once you start developing a good service, like you find out like, okay, how you're gonna manage the clients' expectations, how
All
you're
right.
gonna have flow in place, right? Like let's say you have this like solid template that you have, and then you start building links or whatever. That's for SEO side of things. But I typically find that if you want to get the clients' results fast, Facebook ads and Google ads is definitely the way to go. You can actually show value to them, and then you can like upsell them SEO later on. That's what I think. But it's really up to you on how you want to do it. I have clients that just want SEO and they don't want anything else, and
All right.
few clients that stick around for very long. So that's the way I look at it, bro. I think that once you develop a good service, okay, the word of mouth business will start coming in. Like people will just start knowing that okay, this guy is the guy to go to. This guy is good at digital marketing, be it SEO, be it Facebook ads, be it Google ads. This guy is the way to go. So I think that the biggest way you can start doing that is really just start delivering a success story first. Like you get a solid case study first, get a video testimonial first, and then use that thing to market to other potential clients.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and then like yeah, that's how you do it because you already have a success story to share with potential clients, and therefore it makes more sense on how on why they should actually engage you and not any other guy that just emailed them from India saying that we are a we are a digital marketing agency in India and then you should work with us, that kind of shit. Do you get all of like those emails, Kurt? Like I get them all the time.
Yeah. I also receiving emails from Indian people.
Yeah, it's messed up, bro. It's like they just try to sell you right off the gate, right? They're like, oh, we do on-page SEO, we do off-page SEO, we do link building. I'm like, I don't even
Not only
trust you, man.
SEO, not only SEO, including web design,
Yeah,
social.
everything,
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, they make it sound like they know everything, right? They know how to do social
Right.
media, they know how to do like, SEO, they know how to do like Google ads, they know how to do like web design. I'm like, mobile app, everything. I'm like, holy shit, man. Like, I can't trust somebody that, you know, claims that they know so many things and then, they still have to use cold email to get clients. Bullshit, right? Because if you're so good at like SEO and you're so good at Facebook ads and Google ads, you wouldn't be freaking cold emailing me to get clients.
Right. Not only in email, but I also receiving a lot of messages here in Messenger. So a lot of
Yeah,
Pakistan, Indian
yeah,
people,
yeah.
right?
It's annoying, but shit happens. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So it's not the good way of providing business, guys. Some of them just added me and offer their service.
yeah. I mean,
Wow.
just yeah. Don't be one of those guys. I think if you want, you can even join like Facebook groups. Where people need help, right? And then you start adding value to them. You can just say like, oh, I made a video for you. Regarding on how you can get your website to the first page of Google, or like I made a video for you on showing how you can like run proper Facebook ads or Google ads, and then you just send them the link right to the Loom video recording or whatever it is, and that's how you start getting clients.
Simple, right?
Yeah, it's like don't be that guy that sends like an email and say that these are all the services that we offer. Like, what the hell is that supposed to do? Like, you expect me to buy right off the gate from somebody that does that? It doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense.
Right. So before we end, Jim, what's the best way to reach out to you, and how can our viewers connect with you? By the way.
Yeah, you guys can like follow me on Instagram. It's at Jim underscore NG underscore. By the way, it's a Chinese name. Let me just pronounce it. So it's Jim Ng NG. I know a lot of people don't pronounce it because it's Chinese and stuff. So I'm actually trying to like yeah. But anyway, it's Jim Ng. So yeah, at JIM underscore NG. So you can actually check my channel out on YouTube as well. You just want to type JIM space NG space marketing, and you get a whole slew of like videos on SEO, sales, objection handling, how to manage clients, that kind of thing. And that's it, man. I think yeah, that's where you can find me.
All right. So Jim, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it, man, and of course for sharing your time with us. A
Yeah,
lot
no
of
problem.
information and a lot of things that we learned. So guys, if you had a great time with Jim, you can connect with him at bestseo.sg or search Jim Ang or Jim because
Yeah.
here we pronounce it Nang.
Okay, okay. Yeah, it's
So
fine, it's fine. No worries.
and
Yeah.
marketing on YouTube. So also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos.
All right, guys.
Bye
Thanks for having
guys.
me. See you guys.